A woman born with no womb who was told she would never have kids becomes a mom. A woman born without a womb was warned by doctors that she would never be able to have children. Yet, she has now welcomed a son through surrogacy. This is a dream come true for her. It has been a life of doubt and pain for her. Doctors gave Kitty Cunningham the tragic news when she was just 16 years old after she had gone in for testing to find out why she hadn't begun her periods yet. This came as a shock to her and her parent. She was devastated by the sad news and had to live most of her life with the knowledge of not being able to bear a child. It will be great if you like and share this video. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell icon next to it to get notified when we add new interesting videos in the future. Now, let's get back to the story. It was strange since she hadn't begun her period yet at the age of 16, whereas most of her mates would have at a younger age. After visiting the doctor, she was diagnosed with Mayer-Rokitansky-Kuster-Hauser syndrome, or MRKH, a condition in which the internal vagina or uterus is underdeveloped or completely missing. The 32-year-old said, "It's a very adult thing to be worrying about at that age. I was 16 and still hadn't started my period, so doctors did a bit more investigating, and they told me I didn't have a womb." Obviously, it was a shock and it was confusing and scary. It's probably the worst time to find out something like that when you were a teenager and you're dealing with lots of hormones anyway. You are made to think about what it might be like not to have a family when that should be the last thing on your mind, and you shouldn't be worrying about it quite yet. You just sort of have to accept it. But you don't think about the intimate details of how it all works, you just don't look too much into it. I just parked it. Kitty had always known she'd have to use a surrogate to get pregnant, but she said she wasn't totally convinced of the procedure and feared she'd never have her own kid. "My husband started when he was 20. He would rather have me with no babies than babies with someone else," claimed the now mother of one, who is married to sales director James, 31. "When we were getting married, people were obsessed with saying that classic thing of, 'Ooh, when are you going to have babies?' which was an awkward and upsetting conversation for me to have at the time. We got used to saying, 'I don't have a womb and will need to use a surrogate,' but it was always said quite emptily. It was a thing you could say to people, so it sounded like you had a plan, but we didn't really have a plan." After conducting significant research, the pair decided to investigate the procedure more thoroughly in 2018. They attended an event hosted by Surrogacy UK, which connects prospective parents with surrogates, and it was then that they met Gemma Black, 34. The full-time mother was 14 weeks pregnant with her first surrogate kid at the time, but the three hit it off and continued running into each other at surrogacy gatherings. Kitty admits to being concerned, saying, "You do think, why would somebody want to help us? Are we sad enough for someone to want to help us? Is there going to be a connection?" The process that we needed to go through and how that might feel became the major worry. Even for me, who had been told at the age of 16 about surrogacy, I couldn't really tell you how it was going to work. But after a natural friendship blossomed, Jenna told the couple she was willing to carry their baby. She said, "I met Kitty and James when I was about 15 weeks, and I left that social thinking, what an amazing couple. Whoever is going to get to make them parents is going to be really lucky. They were on my mind a lot, and I thought they would be such an awesome couple to be in a team with. I bumped into them at lots of socials, and we just became really good friends, and I think it was when I got to around 35 weeks pregnant that I thought, oh gosh, I could really help them." There is no doubt about it, it was them that made me want to help them so quickly because we had that natural connection. It made it really genuine. Kitty added, "Nobody had the intention from either side when we first got chatting, and that's what's nice about it. When she did offer, we were already friends. When we got the call, I probably, for the first time ever, felt hopeful. I'd never felt too hopeful before that it would happen." Kitty's embryo was fertilized with James's sperm, and 6 days after being implanted in Gemma, she got a positive pregnancy test. Kitty exclaimed, "I just actually couldn't believe it. My husband was in absolute shock. I cried my eyes out, and he just sat there and said, 'I think I'm going to faint.' There was just so much joy and so much happiness. I was just really happy and really ready." Gemma was supported by the couple throughout her pregnancy, including her desires for jalapenos, and they visited her every day except when she was in lockdown. Kitty said, Gemma suffered quite badly from morning sickness, so we would go down on weekends and take her children out and go to the park or go for Sunday lunch. Other than the 20-week scan, we have been to everything. We have seen Gemma and her family every couple of weeks, except during the middle of lockdown. But then I sent her a text every day, just like you would with any friend, but she's got your baby inside her as well. We were there every step of the way. Gemma never had to make any decisions about him without us being there. As her due date came, Gemma opted to have a water birth at home in Birmingham, but she was informed that there may be issues because she was delivering a large baby. But the couple stuck to their plan, and Kitty gave birth to her baby while sitting next to Gemma in the birthing pool. The new mom said, I was quite nervous because the consultant at the hospital said Jasper had been measuring quite big on the growth scan and recommended a C-section for Gemma. They said if a shoulder gets stuck and you're at home, we would have 8 minutes to get to a hospital, or he could be stillborn. We had to really trust Gemma that she had birthed big babies before and she knew what she was doing. I was quite anxious in the lead-up because you're completely trusting this other person with the most precious thing in your world. All I could think about was, I'm about to become a mom, but there was hope at the end of it. It was actually all perfect, and it was the most textbook calm birth that's ever happened, and it was amazing. I'm so pleased that we listened and trusted Gemma. I think that shows what a good team we are and how good our relationship is that we could trust her to do the right thing for Jasper and herself. Baby Jasper was delivered on October 4, weighing a hefty 9 pounds, with both Kitty and Jasper there for the whole. Albeit, Gemma had to buy in black towels and a dressing robe since the father-to-be was so squeamish. Kitty, who is now a month old, says she can't believe she's a mother. She said, I was in shock for the first 24 hours. We knew he was real. We had seen Gemma every 2.5 weeks. He was always real, but to actually have a little baby is amazing. He looks exactly like me too. I wasn't ready for that. You can't prepare for that feeling when you've wanted for something for so long and it's actually there. He's a little diamond. James said he wasn't ready for how much I was going to love him. I think he'd resigned himself to the fact we'd give surrogacy a go, but we never thought it would actually be successful. He's taken away 16 years of worry in 6 hours of labor. All the anguish, worry, and negative feelings are just gone now, and Gemma's been responsible for making it happen. It's just lovely. It's everything I thought it would be and more. Being a little family unit now, it's amazing that we've got this physical thing, half me and half James, when there was a time that we didn't think it would be possible. Gemma said that the trio still chat regularly and they're still best friends, as she explained why she's a surrogate. She said, the birth was also so perfect. It was so relaxed and calm. I love being pregnant. I do pregnancy really well. I find it quite easy, and I love giving birth, so for me, for 9 months of my life to change somebody else's, that's what I do it for. Sometimes you meet people and they are just meant to be in your life. Now, even though Jasper is a month old, we still talk all day long. My high friends will never go, and that's what makes it addictive. And we really are best friends. That's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like, subscribe, and share the video. Please leave your thoughts in the comment section. Thank you, and see you on the next one. Bye!